So our 3 minutes for preparation starts from now. So our topic for discussion today is how can teacher best help students deal with stress. So which point do you guys want to?
The point. Okay.
Alright, you can
I want positive learning environment.
maybe I can take this one. Okay, so I'll take limits homeworks. So let us prepare for our own points.
We may start now.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to our examiner today. Today we're gonna have a discussion about how can teachers best help students in order to deal with stress. So there are a couple of points that we can discuss over here, such as encouraging mistake, playing music, limit homework, positive learning environment, and listen actively. So without further ado, let's start our discussion today. So candidate D, would you kickstart our discussion today?
Thank you, Candidate A. So from my perspective, I think positive learning environment is the best way for teachers to help their students to deal with stress. This is because in a positive learning environment, students feel physically and emotionally safe. When the students feel safe in their surroundings, they are able to focus better on their studies and learning activities without worrying about potential threats or disruptions such as the teacher or classmates giving mean remarks or mocking them. And also a positive learning environment offer this sense of belonging to the students, which will encourage them to open up about their challenges and seek support from teachers and friends, because they know that they have this supportive community to turn to and can ease their feelings of isolation and anxiety, which will make it easier for the students to manage their stress. What do you think, Candidate B?
You could be right, but in my opinion, the best way for teachers help students deal with stress is by encourage students through mistake. This is because teachers play a vital role in helping students deal with stress by become a supportive person, especially when it comes to handling mistake. For example, teachers can model a positive attitude towards mistake by acknowledging their own errors and demonstrating how to learn from them. As a result, This will make students feel comfortable taking risks and making mistakes because it's okay to get things wrong as long as they are willing to learn from them. Candidate C, may I know your opinion?
Thank you, Candidate B. I appreciate your point, but in my opinion, I think the best way teachers can help students to deal with stress is by limiting homeworks. As a student myself, I often feel pressured and burnt out because of the overload homeworks given by teachers, especially during school holiday. Like, can you guys imagine, each teachers for each subjects gave a bunch of homeworks for students to complete during school holiday. Well, who doesn't feel overwhelmed by that, right? Furthermore, isn't school holiday supposed to be a time where students release stress by going for a trip, having a family time, or just relaxing their mind? But instead, students have to deal with avalanche of homeworks. Due to that, students have limited free time for their social life, and this is why many students develop depression at a young age, and this is one of the reasons that leads to the poor communication skills among teenagers. What do you think, A?
Well, I can see your point very clearly for me. From my perspective of view, I believe that playing music is the best way teachers can help students in order to deal with stress. So, teachers can help students manage their stress through music by incorporating calming or motivational tunes during class activities, thus creating a positive and relaxed environment. These are some of the best music to listen while studying or teaching. For increased focus, I suggesting to listen to ambient music, classical, lo-fi or acoustic music. For those who want dopamine boost to easily answer tedious tasks such as mathematics question, I suggest electronica, EDM, upbeat, and any engaging music.
Excuse me, do you mind if I offer another perspective?
Well, go on.
In my view, besides playing music in class, besides being a distraction, these students have their own individual preferences of music. So if the teachers choose song that's likable to only some of them, then the others might find the song distracting or even anxiety inducing. So playing music in class may unintentionally increase stress for students who do not enjoy or connect with the chosen music. And I still think that positive learning environment is better for students to manage their stress because positive learning environment encourage students to study hard without having to pressure or nag them.
No, I don't think so, but maybe I can say that I share the same view with what candidate C said just now. This is because based on the characteristic found in positive learning environment, all students are challenged to achieve high expectation and all students receive the support necessary to meet that expectation. But on the other hand, some of students maybe receive support from their teachers but not from their parents. What if they do not achieve that high expectation? They will blame themselves or maybe their parents, which can lead to stress.
Well, allow me to interrupt a little bit. I believe that me and candidate D have some similarities about our point of view. However, let me fix some mistake or candidate D perspective of view first. So I know that listening to music may have distract couple of students. However, playing music in class is to prevent them from losing their focus, such as maybe accidentally sleeping during classes or so on. So not only that, listening to music also could encouraging open discussion about music preference and allowing the student to share their favorite stress relieving song that can also foster a supportive environment. Not only that, but the teachers could also make a group discussion about the preferred type of music that they like, thus increasing their communication skill and also create a more positive learning environment in the class.
I beg to differ, candidate A. I don't think that playing music and a positive learning environment is a better way to help students to deal with stress. As candidate A said just now, there is only a certain type of music that could be played, such as classical music, which can help students to stimulate their brain. But doesn't that only makes the students feel more sleepy during the learning session? And due to this, students will not pay attention during the class as they are boring and sleepy, hence only make them want to go back home early. And in contrast, I still stand with my point that teachers should limit homeworks to help students deal with stress, because personally I think that the exercises that are given in class are more than enough, and teachers shouldn't give more homeworks for students to bring when they are home. Like if we think about an office worker who are advised to draw a line between a private and a business matter, why can't students do like that also? What do you guys think?
That is a good idea, candidate C. Although homework bring more advantages for students, but if the teacher assign their student with a lot of homework, it will burden them. Therefore, teachers should limiting homework for their students to make sure they have more time to engage in self-activities such as spending time with family and friends, pursuing hobbies, and getting enough sleep, and also participating in physical activity, especially during holiday. I believe these are important for overall well-being, and students will manage stress more effectively.
Yeah, I believe that limiting homework also could is the best way for them to reduce their stress. Not only I'm sorry. I mean, less homework is better than having a ton of it, even though it could help us expanding our knowledge. But come on, most of us is adult now, so I don't think that giving us a bunch of homework is a good way for students to increase their knowledge. However, even though we can do our homework while listening to some ambient noises, but for some students it's still be stressful due to the amount of homework and strict deadline that the teacher gave to them. And to top it all off, I believe that limiting homework is better than listening to music or even positive learning environment, because I have heard from some of my friends that they prefer doing their homework in library because due to the amount of noises, less amount of noise, and they could boost their focus.
Sorry to interrupt, candidate A. May I offer my viewpoint?
Right.
Based on my experience, I found that some teachers are just selfish because they don't care if another teacher has already given their homework to the students. They also want their subject to have homeworks. So at the end, all subjects have their own homeworks, which could cause the students to feel overwhelmed. Moreover, some students are just an overachiever and they crave for academic validation so much. This type of students will do anything to complete their homeworks, even if that means that they will sacrifice the sleep, didn't have a proper meal or a proper rest throughout the day. This action could lead to a bad mental health for students, right?
I think your point makes sense to me now, because like candidate B said just now, with less homework, the students have more time to relax and pursue their hobbies, and by being able to do that, this can help to manage and reduce their stress. I get that homework is important, but the amount given should not be overburdened for the students, because after all, it's important to study smart, not study hard. So unnecessary amount of homework will only lead to further stress for the students.
Yes, I agree with you. And I think we have come to an agreement that limits homework is the best way to help students deal with stress, right? So does anyone has anything else to say? No? Okay, so otherwise we shall end this discussion here. Thank you for your contribution in this discussion.
Thank you.